So I'm in Buenos Aires right now. And about a year ago, I was in Buenos Aires and I was talking with an entrepreneur that's invested in multiple companies, has a net worth of nearly $1 billion, and has been a really great mentor to me, both digitally and then also just personally talking with him on the phone. His name was Dan Martell, and I've made a video about this if you ever want to watch the advice I got. But so many times people look for very technical advice. They look for very specific steps to get things done, and that can be helpful. But as an investor in the market, one of the things you'll notice is the market oftentimes mimics values. And the values that Dan Martell shared with me, for example, was the idea of running a successful business. And the number one thing he told me was courage, integrity, and a few other things, but they were simple values. Now, we see some serious sell-offs earlier today. It's been a courageous day. If you're looking at your positions in AMD or you're looking at your data center positions before after hours today, everything was absolutely tanking. And if you're holding on to your positions, you were having a lot of courage and patience. Keel's up 2.5%. It was down 15% earlier today. NBIS was down 15%. AMD was down 8%. We listened to the Meta earnings. They were down over 10% today. And all the AI companies were down an average of about 7% earlier today. Now SPY is up 0.5% into after hours. AMD is up. APLD is up. CTM's up. Look at that, Nvidia starting to recover. Now, this could be a little breath of fresh air before we see some of the markets continue down further. That's quite possible, as that's what the technicals would indicate. You could look at a company like Redwire, where it's seeing this consistent sell-off. Ever since the SpaceX IPO, it's been very consistent. It's this very clear ascending downtrend where it's just getting rejected time and time again. It makes what you call lower lows and lower highs, where the trend is continually making lower support levels, lower resistance levels. You can see those these two orange lines here that make that trend. And it's possible we get a little breath of fresh air here after hours, and then things tank even further. You see Redwire at $7 a share. You see the companies like AMD sell down further. And I'm not here to make anybody panic or anything like that. But one thing to just consider is the values that you deploy in order to be a great business person, a great investor, a great, let's say, friend, or any relationships you have. If you just base them on values, a lot of times they work well, especially in the markets. One of the things I love about the markets when we see these red sell downs are all of the great opportunities. I would say that about every time we see the market sell down 20%, every single time we've seen it then recover 40%. With SPY selling down, it might even dip down further, but we see it selling down here now about 5% here. Not a massive dip. We did see, like a 20, or not a 20% dip, but we saw back here a 10% correction earlier this year, back in March, before that big rally. And now we see them kind of correct back down here once again. And so in this, we were just talking about in our live session that we're looking for opportunities. 3%, 5% sell downs in the market, and some of these stocks selling down 25% or more, to me, presents great opportunities for entries. You could look at Big Bear AI right now. They've got their earnings coming up. BBAI earnings are going to be coming out as soon as, is it tomorrow? July 30th, we're going to see their earnings. They're expected to do $36 million in revenue. If they come in with anything over 36 million, that's going to be looking really good for them. And that will kind of solidify the growth that they've seen in their deployments of their VeriScan technology, the facial scanners that are getting put in the airports. They're at over 24 airports now. But they haven't seen their revenue increase. They've done acquisitions to increase the revenue as well, but they haven't seen it increase. So in the event that they come out with earnings, if revenue does increase, that's going to be great news for them. A lot of people saying this is going to be a breath of fresh air here for a moment, but we're going to see the markets continue down. It's just temporary relief before we see things dip further. I wouldn't agree. I think we're actually in a moment here where we see a nice firm bottom towards the end of the day, but ultimately these companies have been crushing it. If we take a look at the growth that's taking place over the last few quarters, you can see that most data center companies, most AI infrastructure companies are seeing their revenues massively increase. Good example would be APLD. This is a company that builds the AI data centers in a sustainable way, building in communities that they actually improve rather than make worse. They work with CoreWeave and other hyperscalers with over $36 billion worth of deals. And they've gone from $5 a share when we started covering them up to $50 a share and back down. I was talking with an investor a little bit ago, and his main concern was, man, I keep buying these stocks and I make a ton of money and then it sells down very quickly. And this guy's like about $50 million net worth, and he probably has 3 to 10 million in stocks, something like that. And it was really concerning for him when you see these surges, when you get up and then you might lose your gains. And I said, oh, well, that's because you probably don't know how long you're planning to invest. He's like, yeah, I just want to make some money. Well, that's the main thing. Like if you're in any of these stocks, time horizon goes further out, panic becomes smaller. Time horizon becomes closer in how quickly you want to make money. Urgency goes up. Panic is going to be higher. Stress levels are going to be a little bit higher. And what do you want? And he said, I want to know that I'm making more than normal if I were to just buy the S&P 500. And I am doing that. He's up about 40% on the year, and he had grown his position already, but he had seen a big correction. So rather than being up 80%, he's back down to 40% positive. It's like, okay, well, if let's say you lose another 20%, will that bother you? Yeah, a little bit. What if I'll be down to 20% gain. What if you lose another 10%? Well, then I'll be average. Okay, so you're still way above average right now. And that's also something to consider. Anybody that's investing in these companies right now is probably above average, because ultimately the pullbacks here, it would be kind of unconventional and deeply seated in a major fear in the markets if these companies didn't recover or didn't continue to see the investments kick in. As their valuations continue to drop, their revenues and some of their income continue to gradually increase. So APLD came in with 400% year-over-year growth in revenue, $36 billion in deals, and they are just getting started. They literally are just getting started. And so being a look from my perspective, just simply looking at APLD, the targets, if you just look at targets, are $75, $100 plus, and to see them down around this $23 price point after a big dip here today, continuing to sell down from 30, despite growing revenues. Now they're over what, $250 million last quarter. Let's see where we're at here in prophecy. They jumped to 58 million in the last quarter. Look at that revenue increase. Huge revenue increases as they continue to grow. Into 2026, they're now on track to do, well over about 700 million. Okay, so last year they did, in total, they did 600, or no, last year they did 144 million. In 2026 alone, they're already over 600 million. So they just continue their track right now with 2 quarters under their belt. They may do over $1 billion in revenue for the year. And their market cap still holds down below here at this now $8 billion market cap, despite seeing tremendous growth. And so what's going to happen? Well, you're going to see more sell-offs based on the technicals, but the fundamentals look good for so many of these companies. NVIDIA, AMD, even AMD is still pretty up there, but NVIDIA, you look at Supermicro, you look at Oracle, all these deals are kicking in the tech markets. Now, when it comes to some of the broader macroeconomic outlook, there's still a lot of things hitting the markets that are going to continue to drop things down. You got political tensions in Iran, not to mention some of the support that Iran's seen from China along with Russia, which is not looking good there. And then you also have, massive cut in debt on China's balance sheet of their US debt and acquiring massive amounts of gold. So they're actually looking very, very offsetting in that they potentially could destabilize the US dollar quite considerably. And if you look at the Fed meeting that we had today, once again, the Fed meeting had US Federal Reserve Chair Kevin Warsh defense policy stance, and then essentially came in with inflation concerns, saying prices are going to remain high. We are going to continue to make some adjustments, and that the market then had some pretty not major, but some mild fluctuations in Treasury yields. You've got 9-3. They voted to hold the rates steady, so definitely not getting a rate cut, that's for sure. 3 members preferred a rate hike, and we are definitely seeing that indexes were hit big after that Fed meeting. We saw huge sell-offs, not just the Fed meeting, but a lot of the broader market in general just continuing to get dragged down, and the smaller tickers getting destroyed today. But again, technicals indicate that there's no confirmation yet of reversal, although a lot of them are down and around the 200-day moving averages, which looks more favorable for the AI markets and the semiconductor markets as they kind of jump back down. You can see Taiwan Semiconductor kind of jumping back down to that 200-day moving average. Now they're starting to look like they're becoming more of a good deal, and the recoveries up to previous highs are about 30%. So keep it in mind that the recovery potential starts to look more attractive as we see the uptrends be consistent. This smaller downtrend that we've seen over the last few weeks now, it's getting into over the last month, is starting to potentially look like this would be the point at which we see a reversal. In the event we get a reversal here, we're going to be looking for some really good adages in our longer term positions, some trading opportunities, and ultimately, as of right now, fundamentals continue to hold strong as the technicals continue to get hammered in the negative direction, although it's good to see some green here after hours. But even so, we actually made some money shorting some stocks in this market. Some of it's hedging because we already hold them long term, but we wanted to essentially save some of the downside. And if you want to learn how to make money in this market, specifically how to enter into trades like these, where we look for potentially very consistent uptrending patterns and then wait for entries looking for the patterns to continue, and they're in solid companies that we already hold long term that we can potentially capitalize on opportunities in the short term, then I would encourage you to join our daily live trading sessions. Again, it's the second link in the description below to tune on in there to StockMate. We do have a huge sale there. It's a one-time payment, not a subscription or anything like that, to get lifetime access. It's not getting any better than this, so go have a look in the second link in the description below. If you do a thumbs up, hit the like button, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.